Hi, welcome back. We are here now with Dr. Michael Bailey from Optum San Diego. He is here to talk about a very pressing issue that can affect many of us right here in San Diego County. Dr. Bailey, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. Optum San Diego provides an incredible service that is much needed. So tell us about the services that you provide.
Well, thank you. Yes, well, we're coming up on October, which is National Depression Awareness Month. And so Optum, a health services company, is working with our county partners throughout the system of care to look at making people more aware of depression, its significance in our lives, and how to recover from it. So we want to make sure that people are aware of just what recovery support resources are out there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, depression is a very common illness in our society, and this year we'll have about 22 million people impacted by depression.
Wow.
And that's about 10% of the adult population. So unfortunately, it's very common, and it has a tremendous impact on our ability to work, to fulfill our obligations within our family, to go to school, etc. And so as part of that, we want people to be aware of the resources that are available for treatment, because we find that only 50% of people who are depressed actually get help.
Really?
And only 20% really get the full amount of treatment that's recommended by our best practice guidelines.
Okay. And so with that being said, I think it's important. How do you get to that 50% or even the 20%? How do you find or how are they found? What do we need to do?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, it's being aware of what the symptoms and signs are.
Okay.
And certainly there are different kinds of screening events that are taking place throughout the month of October.
Okay.
So that, for example, October 6th, there's our Check Your Mood Day, which is a screening event that's going to be taking place at various locations across San Diego County.
Okay.
And if you go to the Live Well San Diego website, that livingwellsd.org, you can find out where those locations are.
Okay.
And if you can't make it to that event, then there are online resources that you can tap into as well. And one of those is mentalhealthamerica.org. Correction, NET. So it's mentalhealthamerica.net.
Okay.
And that one will take you into a screening exam, give you a series of questions to answer to see if you may be having a depression. And lastly, our Access and Crisis Line, which is a free, confidential 24-hour service available to all residents of San Diego County, is available at 888-724-7240.
Okay.
Or as I like to remember it, is 724, because 7 hours, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So 724-7240. And there you can speak to a mental health clinician, and they can actually screen you for depression as well.
Okay.
So you have multiple opportunities this month to learn about depression and see if you might be suffering from it.
Right, because I would presume that some people probably are suffering from depression and probably don't even know. They just think, you know.
That's very true. And a lot of people may misinterpret some of the signs and symptoms and think they may have a medical illness or a physical illness, or that they may be suffering from something else. And so it may be useful to go over some of those signs and symptoms so that people might recognize them either in themselves or someone else.
Most especially because we are right here near Camp Pendleton, the Marine Corps base, and there's a lot of things that are taking place with a lot of our military service members, and so whether it's themselves or even their family members, they'll know what to look for.
Absolutely. And so sometimes we can't see it in ourselves, but those around us might be able to pick up. And so if you recognize these signs and symptoms in someone else, it's important to get them the help they need.
Okay. Very good. Well, that is wonderful. You all are doing an excellent service for our county here in San Diego.
Well, thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for coming and stopping by and sharing with us, because we have to make sure that if it's not ourselves, then at least we can try to take care of one another.
Absolutely, because unfortunately it can lead on to serious matters such as suicide, and so certainly we want to prevent that as well, given the high rates of suicide within the county and within our military. So if you see the signs and symptoms of depression, reach out to either 911 if there's an imminent concern, or to our access and crisis line. About a third of the calls that come into our crisis line are from people who have concerns about relatives or coworkers or family members.
That's a good thing. Well, thank you, Dr. Bailey, for coming and sharing. We certainly appreciate it.